Let's come home back here in Nigeria. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, is a firm that all customers have the right to a refund when overbilled by their respective electricity distribution companies, DISCOs. The Commission made this known in a statement on its website as well as its Twitter handle. Well, this comes amid numerous complaints of electricity consumers across the country over outrageous bills sent to them by distribution companies. Some of the rights of the electricity consumers outlined by the power sector regulator include that all customers have the right to transparent electricity billing. All customers have the right to properly installed and functional meter. It adds that the customer has the right to contest any electricity bill and that any unmetered customer disputing their estimated bill has the right not to pay. Sounds too good to be true. But let's find out how realistic this is with Dr. Shitu Shaib. He is the Deputy General Manager and Head Consumer Affairs Division of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. Eric joins us from our Abuja studio. Well, it's good to see you, Doctor. Thank you for your time this morning. Dr. Shaib, can you hear me? Okay.
Good to see you too.
Great.
Nigerians.
So
I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So Nigerians, I think they'll be happy to have you this morning because we have some very interesting things you have said here on your website, so coming from NERC. The first is that consumers have the right to request for refund when overbilled. But let's start from the top. How do you know when you're overbilled?
Well, basically, first and foremost, you have an average consumption of electricity if you are metered, which tells you your meter reading, and then, of course, you go pay for your bills if you are a postpaid customer. That is, if you have a meter that has bills being given to you. But if you are a prepaid customer, of course, you don't have issues related to being overbilled. But if you are a postpaid customer and you receive a bill that speaks outside the readings of the monthly consumption that you have, you can as well request and complain. And of course, you would be there will be some reconciliation. On the other hand, if you are an estimated customer, because I guess this issue really is for estimated customers, what the Commission has done is it has put in place a mechanism through which you know exactly what your estimate would be in a given period within a given cluster, and we call it the capped estimation. We capped the maximum a customer can be billed within a given period, within a cluster, to a particular amount. And if you are billed above that, of course, you have every right to request for reconciliation. And if the reconciliation is seen as you truly are overbilled, you will definitely get a refund. For those who are surcharged above what your normal average consumption of a postpaid bill, if you are a metered customer, that is the difference between your previous reading and your current reading, you can always contest that through complaint to the customer complaints unit of the distribution company, and it's your right to get refund.
What's the process of contesting a bill?
Sorry, the process of contesting a bill is what you do is you write. It's advisable that you don't just sit down complaining at home, or you write or you send a mail to the customer complaints unit of the distribution company, and it is their obligation to respond to you and give you a reason for the billings that they have given to you. And if you are not satisfied, of course, the Commission has put in place a redress mechanism that gives you the opportunity to escalate such non-redressal of your complaint to what we call the forum office, which is situated in all of the capitals, state capitals, or the headquarters of the various distribution companies. That is, it's located within all the Nigerian state capitals, that is 36 states. Presently, we have 31 forum offices. Of course, we're trying to, get one or two to Bayelsa, Ekiti, and one other, venue. Apart from that, we have the forum offices spread around the entire country. And when you escalate that, of course, the forum office would look into your issue and, of course, request the distribution company to reconcile, and you get refunded. And the refunds, of course, come in the form of credit. They don't come in the form of cash. So it is your right to get refunds if you are contesting any kind of overbilling on your consumption for electricity in any particular given time.
I wonder what's the average time frame for this contesting until you get to the end of that process on the average?
Well, basically, it's a billing period, because if there is an issue with your bill, it has to go within a billing period, and a billing period is usually 1 month. So if within 30 days after you've complained, it is not reflected in the next bill, of course, you can escalate to, like we said, the forum office, which is the commission. Of course, the commission itself is always available to look into the issues that pertain to customers. And we have had success stories in getting refunds to customers who have stayed the time and taking their time to contest. And what we encourage customers is not to just throw it out and say, okay, no, nothing can happen. Definitely, you will get your refund if you contest any overbilling. But of course, it has to be reconciled and the accurate bill for either using your metered consumption or at worst best case scenario the capping for your given locality. And what our rules regulation has stated is that if there is any contestation in terms of the refund, or if your meter gets maybe spoiled or it gets damaged, what could happen is that they will estimate you, but you have to be estimated based on your previous consumption, an average of your previous consumption, or the capping estimate that is prevalent at that particular time, of course, whichever is lower. And this, of course, is meant to encourage distribution companies to quickly replace your meters so that you can be billed based on actual consumption from your meters.
All right, Dr. Shrek, just before we let you go, now this seems like an unending conversation because in that statement you also said that all consumers have the right to a properly installed and functional meter. We know that this right has been breached so many times. Even in the days of prepaid meters, a lot of people request for it, pay for it, wait through the process. So we see this right being breached a whole lot of times. What is the general approach to, if you want a prepaid meter, we are told to hold on or you can't reach and things like that? Because that means your right is being breached. You do not have a properly installed meter.
Yes, we know. Presently, what we have is a scenario whereby right from pre-privatization, we've had a metering gap of more than 50%, which the Commission has put in place quite a number of initiatives to close. However, we're still where we are. But presently, there is a regulation, which is the Meter Asset Providers Regulation and the National Mass Metering Program Regulation, which gives you the opportunity of, getting metered through many options. The first, of course, being the Meter Asset Providers Regulation, whereby you go make some payments, for meters that will be refunded to you, and within 10 days, you should get metered. If the period of 10 days gets passed, you are entitled to some form of compensation again from the distribution company. Although what normally happens is that if a customer complains, the commission, of course, would ensure that whichever the distribution company is or the meter as a provider is that has created this delay gets sanctioned. So the average days, if you're going through the meter as a provider's option of getting metered, which means that you pay some money that will be refunded in credit over time, is 10 working days. However, there are other options open to the distribution company to meter you, which is self-financing joint ventures, which, of course, the Commission is encouraging and pushing the distribution companies to ensure they implement. So those are the options that we have. We know the metering issue. The federal government itself has, came in and, introduced the National Mass Metering Program, and we had 1 million meters that were installed in various Nigeria's, the 11 discos presently. And of course, we know that given the metering gap, 1 million meters really just went in without, some seeming impact. But definitely, there's a lot of, interesting initiatives by the Commission to ensure that meters get to Nigerians as soon as possible. And the discourse are definitely working towards ensuring that all Nigerians get metered within the shortest possible time.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Sharif, for your time. Those rights, very important. The knowledge, obviously very important for it to be pursued. Thanks, and we wish you the best. More meters, more metered customers in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, now let's take a break. When we come back, still staying on electricity. And now ICANN is wading in. What do they have to say? Find out after the break here on Business Morning.